Hello everyone, welcome to Nationals Park. I'm trying something a little bit different here. This is game 100 against the Rockies. The last video was game 99. This is a first game of a doubleheader, games 100 and 101 against the Rockies. But the part that's a little bit different is I was planning on playing all of this offline, which is what I normally do on the remainder of the series, games that I don't do on video, just play them offline and update you. But I decided to jump into this one in the 8th inning. So we'll recap as to what's happened so far. John Gray for the Rockies and Eric Fetty for the Nationals were the starters. In the bottom of the first, Trey Turner led off with a single after Eaton lined to short. Rendon homered and gave the Nationals a 2-0 lead. Soto followed with a walk, stole second, and scored on a Matt Adams single. Put the Nationals up 3-0 after one. Top of the second, and Yonder Alonso took Fetty deep for a home run to cut the lead to 3-1. Stayed that way till the fourth, and then after Raimel Tapia walked, Ryan McMahon took Fetty deep for a 2-run shot to tie the score at 3. Bottom of the fourth, Nationals answer back. Eric Fetty drew a leadoff walk, and then a big error on Arenado, third baseman, put runners at first and second, nobody out. Eaton grounded into a 4-6 fielder's choice, putting runners at the corners, and then Rendon, a sacrifice fly to center, put the Nationals up 4-3. Stayed that way till the top of the seventh. Matt Grace, the new pitcher, in for the Nationals in the seventh. There you see the line on Fetty for his results for the game. But Trevor Story homered off of him in the top of the seventh. Tied the score at 4. It has now stayed that way until we are now in the bottom of the eighth, tied at 4. Fernando Rodney pitched the seventh for the Nationals, and pitched the eighth for the Nationals and got out unscathed. For the Rockies, Estevez, I think it's Estevez, pitched 2 shutout innings in relief, and now Scott Oberg is now on to face the top of the order, Turner, Eaton, and Rendon. And also, somebody asked me about my setup, how I got an overhead view or what I used or whatever. I'm very low budget. I film everything on my phone. I don't have, I have it, but I never use it because I don't like it and I don't do well with technology, is OBS and all the fancy computer stuff. So everything's done through the phone, which is why I don't live stream. Everything's pretty much recorded and uploaded. But they want to know how I get this overhead view. Well, I bought this off of Amazon, this little arm right here. You can see it. And the phone goes right where my fingers are. It connects and clips the phone there and gives me that nice overhead view. It's a little arm that screws into the side of any table based on the size. And that's what we have. And that's how I do that. Somebody had asked, so I thought this would be a time to do it in the middle of a little snippet like this. Somewhat positive, I want to also have the game on the computer as I'm playing it. I'm typing it in the computer, and that's where we stand right now. 4-4. 4 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors for the Rockies. 4 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for the Nationals. You can see Oberg is in there, and Turner is up to bat. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video and put the phone in its normal rightful spot so I can get this thing going. And we'll finish game 100 of this, and it's the first game of the doubleheader. And then we will see what happens after that. Okay, we are ready to start at the bottom of the eighth, tied at 4. Scott Oberg is on to face Trey Turner. Turner is 1 for 4. Singled and scored the first, reached on an error in the fourth, and struck out the other 2 times. Unusual in this game, Nolan Arenado has committed 2 errors, and he's usually a gold glove fielder, so just had some bad rolls on those D20s. So here's Oberg to Trey Turner, 4-4, bottom of the eighth. 1-4 for Oberg, blank versus a righty, so Turner will swing. 4-3, he's going to single past third base, so he sneaks it past Arenado. Leadoff single for Turner, and now he's looking to get a jump. He can get a jump on a 6 or lower, and he does not, so he will stand pat. Brings up Adam Eaton. He's an excellent bunter, so they're going to be having Adam Eaton attempt a bunt here, since that's kind of the play here. You try to take the lead going into the ninth if you can. You're playing for 1 run, basically. So, first things first, we roll for Oberg and see if there's a strikeout or anything like that that's going to go on. 2-4. That is a strikeout chance. When you bunt, the strikeouts are cut in half, though. So Eaton will not strike out, so Eaton will now bunt, and I need to get my chart out, my bunt chart. Got my bunt chart right here, the new one. So we're ready to go here. Eaton now is a 4 bunter because of the fact that they're playing the infield in at the corners. D20 is a 12. 4 and a 12 is a good bunt. And the white die being a 2 means it went back to the pitcher, Oberg. So it'll be a good bunt. Sacrifice play 1 to 4. And Turner is now in the scoring position with only 1 out. And the big boys coming up, Rendon and Soto. They may try to get Rendon out and then intentionally walk Soto if they can. We'll see how they want to play it. No strategy roll needed because we're not going to have Turner try to steal third, I don't believe. Well, actually, you know what? We're going to roll it. He's a 6, but he drops down to a 3. When you try to steal third, you cut the attempt in half. So you drop a 1 to 3, he's got a chance. Nope, not going to happen. So Oberg to Rendon. 1-3 is a walk plus, so he will walk Rendon. It does set up a force play, or double play rather. But now you have 2 on with the dangerous Juan Soto at the plate. Although Soto has already walked twice and reached on an error. He's actually 0 for 2. Does have a stolen base. Again, strategy roll. Don't think anything's going on. It is not. We're certainly not having him bunt. So Soto now against Oberg. And Oberg does have a small chance of a special K if the D20 cooperates. So let's see how they play it with Soto and Oberg. 2-3 is another walk plus. So again, Soto his 3rd walk today, and that loads the bases with only 1 out. And Oberg in serious trouble. Matt Adams, the first baseman, is up to the plate. He does have a high ground ball double play rating, so they could try to turn the double play. That's a distinct possibility. Second baseman Hampson's a 0, and the shortstop Story is a 0, so there's nothing on the pivot, but it would be a 1 to 4 chance. Pretty good chance to turn a double play, actually. So let's see how they want to play this. No strategy roll because I'm not going to try to steal home or anything. So Oberg, and this is his 5th batter, so he will be tired after this at bat. But he's going to try to get out of it unless they want to bring a lefty in to face Adams. But actually, according to this, he's actually got more power and everything against lefties. So although he does have a couple of hits here against righties that he doesn't have against lefties. So you pick your poison. But I think Oberg with his 2.25 ERA, they're going to keep him in there because the lefties aren't that good. So Oberg to Adams, infield at double play depth. 4-4, strikeout plus, and that's a huge one. 7 plus the plus is a 17, makes that a 15 is good, plus the stadium actually makes him an 18. So the strikeout is good, and a big strikeout there for Oberg. The only problem is now he is fatigued, so if he gets to roll into parentheses, he will give up that key base hit. If he rolls a 4-1, he's really in trouble. Let's see, they're going to still let him pitch to Suzuki. They're going to take a chance that they don't find that roll. Infield is back to normal with 2 outs. 5-4, and that's a strikeout plus. He got him again. So Oberg comes through. That's going to be his 1 inning of pitching. He gives up a hit. He walks 2 and strikes out 2. Doesn't give up anything else. We go to the 9th. Tied at 4. And now the Nationals will need a new pitcher because Fernando Rodney is pretty much just a 1 inning pitcher. So you're not going to want to extend him too far, I wouldn't think. Plus you got lefties coming up, so they're going to go to Sean Doolittle out of the bullpen. It's not a save situation anymore, so you might as well use Doolittle here in the top of the 9th with the score tied. So Sean Doolittle is coming on. On the replay, Doolittle is 4-2, 3.26 ERA, and 19 saves. So Sean Doolittle will be coming on to face the top of the order. And that will be Blackman, Story, and Dahl. And those are 3 pretty good hitters. You're not going to pinch it for them, lefty, righty, or whatever. So those are the 3 that are up there. Blackman's actually 0 for 4. Had a rough game so far. Can make it up right here in the top of the 9th. Tied at 4. Doolittle 5-5. Blank. We go to Blackman. 6-4. And that's a star 4, which is a fly to center. 1 away, and now here's Trevor Story. Had that big home run in the 7th off of a lefty, Matt Grace. So See if he can do it off of this lefty. 2-4. Oh, he just missed a home run chance right there, but that 20 wouldn't have been good anyway, but still. But 2-4 takes us to the ballpark card. Nationals Park, chance for a home run for Story off of Nationals Park. 2-1, but he won't homer, but he will double. So Trevor Story, his second hit of the game, a big one-out double. And he's at second base with one out rather. And let's see, his attempt to steal third would be a 2 because you cut the attempt in half from 4 to 2. But nothing's happening, so he stays there. And with one out, David Dahl, the batter, another lefty on lefty, but he's a pretty good hitter, so 302 hitter, you're not going to pinch hit for him just because it's a lefty out there. So Doolittle to Dahl. 3-2, possible error on a throw. 4-3, and against the lefty, that's a double to right field. Double to right field, no throw is going to be needed because the runner on second is going to score automatically. So there's no throw to even worry about. And even if there was, 5 is higher than Eaton's error rating. So RBI double for Dahl, and the Rockies now take a 5-4 lead against Sean Doolittle, and they will intentionally walk Arenado. They're not even going to fool around with him. They will intentionally walk him. Here's Garrett Hampson facing Doolittle. And I don't think Dahl has much of an opportunity to steal third, but I'll double check it. No. Probably has to be a 1. If he gets a 1, he can steal third. Look at that. He got a 1. His attempt is a 2. His attempt is a 2. You try to steal third, you cut it in half to a 1. That is a 1. So Dahl, if he wants to, can try to steal third, but his stolen base number is only a 10. It's not very good. So they don't want to run themselves out of an inning. He's already in scoring position, so they're going to just stand pat. And Hampson, who had come into the game for Alonso earlier when they faced the lefty Grace, came in, pinch hit, stayed in the game to play second, and they moved McMahon from second to first. So Hampson's up in a big spot, looking to pad the lead. Doolittle, 1-1, strikeout chance, he got him. So there's 2 down, but now Doolittle is fatigued. So if he gets a parentheses roll, he will have to come out of the game. He's going to face Raimel Tapia, the left fielder who's been a thorn in their side. He's reached base all 4 times. He's 3 for 3, 2 singles, a double, and a walk with a run scored. So Doolittle has to get by Tapia. 6-2, and he does. That's an automatic out on a star line, and the result is a fly to right to end the inning. But damage done. The Rockies get a run on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left. So we go to the bottom of the 9th, last chance. The last chance saloon here. Let's see, I think I get something mixed up on my thing here. I forgot to put the intentional walk in for Arenado. I'm just fixing this up real quick. Hampson a strikeout and a fly to right. So now Wade Davis is coming in for the Rockies. He is their closer. So Wade Davis looking to try to seal the deal in this 4-3 game here in the bottom of the 9th. It'll be Dozier, Robles, and a pinch hitter. And I think Gerardo Parra has already picked up a bat to hit for Doolittle. Or it could be Kendrick. It depends on the situation. But right now, the situation is that the closer, Wade Davis, is coming in for the Rockies. Davis, not the best in the world, obviously, by that 8.65 ERA, but he was their closer. He had 15 saves, so got to play it the way you assume they would play it in real life. So Dozier will lead off, followed by Robles and a pinch hitter for Doolittle. Bottom of the 9th, 5-4 Rockies. Wade Davis to Dozier. 2-3, and that's a hit by pitch chance. Dozier's a 6, -1's a 5, so that is not a hit by pitch. Go to Dozier, 4-4, fly to center, 1 away. That brings up Victor Robles. Davis to Robles, 1-3. That's a straight up home run chance against a right-hander. He's an 8. That's a 14 though, so Robles will not get a chance to get a home run, but he will swing. 1-2, he's going to single to center, so he at least got on base with that single. So a single for Robles, and he's looking maybe to get a jump. As his stolen base, he can get a jump with the 5 plus the 1 is a 6. So 1 to 6 to get a jump. He does. So Robles will get the jump. Won't even announce the pinch hitter yet because he's gonna get the jump here to steal. He's a 15 plus 1 is a 16. Walters, the catcher, is a -1, makes it a 15. So a 1 to 15, he will steal it. And he does. Stolen base for Robles. And that puts the tying run in scoring position, and Gerardo Parra, the baby shark, coming up to pinch hit here in the bottom of the 9th after Robles gets the stolen base. And now Gerardo Parra stepping in. Parra hitting .281 with 5 homers on the replay. So it will be Parra, will not be Kendrick. They will go to Parra as a lefty. Although it looks like Wade Davis might do better against lefties, but you're playing the percentages. I mean, managers don't have this foreknowledge after the fact, so I'm trying to play it as they would in real life. I think Dave Martinez would use Parra in this situation as a lefty. So let's see, Robles attempt to steal third. He's a 5 plus, he need a 1 to 3 to get a chance to steal third. He does not, so nothing doing there. Davis to Parra. 3-3 is a range play. They are back normal depth. Parra 4-3, question mark 9. 1 to 10 is a single. That's a 5, so it's a single to right, but it is a range play. A range play for Charlie Blackmon. Blackman's range is a 2. So this has to be a 1 or a 2, or else it's going to be a base hit and they probably tie the game. It's a 6, so he's not going to get it. It will be a base hit for Gerardo Parra, a pinch hit single. Now let's check the arm rating of Blackmon. Blackman's arm is a +1. There are not 2 outs, so you don't get the jump for that. Robles' run rating is a 4, so +1 from the arm makes him a 5. To score from score from second on a single to right, you add 1. So that gives him a total of 6, which means he scores automatically. So the combination of the scoring from second and the +1 arm from Blackmon and the 4 speed from Robles, he will score without a throw. And we are tied, and Wade Davis has blown the save. We are tied at 5. Tied at 5. And now I need to put this in the computer, so I got everything up to speed. Tied at 5, and now the top of the order is coming up in Trey Turner. Chance for the Nationals to possibly walk it off. I don't think Parra has much of an attempt. Let's see. He's got an attempt of 4, not bad. So he's going to try it. That would make him a 5 when you add in the 1 from Wade Davis. Nope, no attempt. So he can't go anywhere. So Davis to Turner. 2-3, hit by pitch chance. 4 -1 is a 3, but that is a 3, so he did plunk him. And that's going to put runners at first and second. The winning run is now in scoring position on the hit by pitch. And Wade Davis is now showing as tired. Eaton is up. Strategy roll. Nothing happening. Davis to Eaton. 1-2. Strikeout chance 7. Got him. So he strikes out Eaton for out number 2. So he's walking that tightrope of being tired. But now he's going to try to get Rendon out and send this game to extra innings. Strategy roll. Nothing happening. Davis to Rendon. 1-6. Against a right-hander, a straight-up home run. He's a 13. That's a 2. Anthony Rendon, his second home run of the game. This one a 3-run shot. It walks it off as they walk off the Rockies here in the bottom of the 9th of the first game of the doubleheader. A Ruthian clout by Rendon, and the Nationals defeat the Rockies 8-5 here in the bottom of the 9th. So we'll get the numbers. Doolittle the win. He is now 5-2. Davis takes the loss. He drops to 4 and 8. And let's get the totals. 8 runs, 11 hits, and 1 error for Washington. For the Rockies, 5 runs, 12 hits, and 2 errors. We'll check the left on base. And Washington now improves to 62 and 38. So we'll check left on base for both teams. 10 for the Rockies, 14 for the Nationals. They could have had a lot more runs. They left a lot of guys on base early. So there's your final line score from Game 1 of the doubleheader that was played July 24th, 2019, Game 100 on the season. Kind of a messy 8 there, but Nationals win at 8-5, 8 runs, 11 hits, 1 error, and 14 remaining. For the Rockies, 5 runs, 12 hits, 2 errors, and 10 left. Doolittle gets the win despite giving up a run in the 9th, and Wade Davis takes the tough loss. So Game 2 coming up against those Rockies, and it'll be Kyle Freeland against Patrick Corbin, a couple of lefties. So what I'm thinking about doing there is pausing the video, playing out this game offline, and then if we get to something that's halfway decent or close or what I think would be, you know, good viewing, then we'll put it on the back of this video or the back of this. I'm going to pause the video and we'll just put this on the back and have both games on there. Either way, I'll probably come back and update Game 101 just to tell you what happened. So if it's a blowout one way or the other, I'll just give that update and give the updated standings and whatnot. So I'm going to pause the video, but in Game 1, Nationals win it on a 3-run walk-off home run by Anthony Rendon. They win it 8-5. And let's see what they do in Game 101. But Game 100 is complete. Made it to triple digits. So again, that's when you're doing a 162 game project, just something psychological about clipping that third digit that just kind of makes you feel like you're making progress. So I'm going to pause the video, come back, and we'll either show snippets of Game 2 or I'll do a little rundown of what happened if it's a blowout. Okay, let's get a quick sneak into Game 2, Game 101, but Game 2 of the doubleheader. Nationals jumped all over Rocky starter Kyle Freeland for 7 runs in the first 2 innings. They got hurt by errors. 2 errors in the first inning, 1 on Arenado, 1 on the catcher Walters, and some failed range checks also hurt them. A lot of their players have 2 ranges and they just couldn't make the range checks. So it was 7-0 after 2. Freeland got pulled, Chad Bettis came in. Bettis has pitched 2 shutout innings to kind of hold the farm. And in the top of the 4th, Arenado doubled, Dahl singled him in, and then Desmond hit a 2-run homer off of Patrick Corbin. And the score is now 7-3 as we go to the 5th inning. And I'll pause it again, and if it gets a little closer, I'll jump back in. If it doesn't, I'll just recap the final score. Okay, so nothing really dramatic happened the rest of that game. In fact, in the 5th inning, Dozier hit a home run to make it 8-3. And then they kind of put it away, the Nationals did in the 6th. Jake McGee, the lefty, came in, gave up a pinch hit single to Adrian Sanchez, a single to Turner, and after Eaton flew out, Rendon singled and Soto singled, so they took McGee out, brought in Brian Shaw, and Kendrick greeted him with a 3-run homer, giving him the 5 runs, making it 13-3. Obviously, at that point, a foregone conclusion. The only bad part for the Nationals is in the 9th, with a big lead, 13-4, they figured it was safe enough to bring in Tanner Rainey. Of course, he gets an out on the strikeout. First 2 outs, actually. He got Tapia to ground out as a pinch hitter, struck out Blackman. Then he gave up singles to Story and Arenado, and then David Dahl hit a 3-run homer off of him to make the final score 13-7. Corbin, the winner, 11-3. Freeland, the loser, 3-6. Nationals now 63-38 as we go to Game 102, the final game of the Rocky series of the 4-game set. Nationals looking to sweep it. They got a good chance because you have this pitching matchup. You've got Max Scherzer back off the injured list against Jeff Hoffman. Now, Scherzer will go back on the injured list very shortly, but he is back for this game against Jeff Hoffman. And so, again, I'll pause the video, start playing this game offline. If anything interesting happens or whatever, I'll pick it back up. If not, I'll just do a recap and we'll complete the video to recap the Rocky series and get ready for the Dodgers series. Okay, middle inning update in this final game of the series. Max Scherzer against Jeff Hoffman. Nationals, after 3 innings, now lead it 3-0. Bottom of the 2nd, Matt Adams single. Kurt Suzuki followed with his 8th homer of the year. making it 2-0 Washington. Then in the top of the third, the Rockies had a chance for a home run. Tony Walters on Max Scherzer's card rolled a 1-5. Walters is a left-handed hitter for a home run chance. And Walters on the D20, it came up as a 2. The only problem is Walters only is a 1, so he missed the home run, ended up grounding to second. And Charlie Blackmon did get a 2-out double, or a 2-out triple in the third, but then Scherzer struck out Story to end the frame. Top of the third, after Scherzer grounded to first, Turner ripped home run number 12 on the season to make it 3-0 Washington. Eaton walked, followed with a walk, and then Hoffman threw a pickoff error, get him to second. But then Rendon fly to left, Soto popped to first, and that's where we are here in the top of the fourth. I'll pause the video and come back in the 7th inning after the middle 3 innings are done and find out where we stand at the moment. If it's close, I'll play the game out near the end. Okay, looking at the middle innings. Bottom of the 5th, Nationals. After Robles flew out and Scherzer struck out, Trey Turner hit his second home run of the game, his 13th of the season. Solo shot, giving the Nationals a 4-0 lead after 5. And then in the 6th, with starter Hoffman still in there, he gave up a double to Rendon, so he was replaced by left-hander Howard. Howard did strike out Soto, but then Matt Adams got him for a home run, making a 2-run shot to make it 6-0 after 6. 5 of those runs now, because that run was charged to Hoffman, this run charged to Howard. So after 6 complete, it is Washington 6 and the Rockies nothing. Scherzer is pitching a 2-hit shutout right now. So we'll see how he does for the rest of the game and how many more innings he can go. Right now he has faced 21 batters. He can face 26 before he's tired, so he'll probably at least pitch the 7th. Don't know if he'll pitch the 8th or not. We shall see. But we'll come back and wrap up this game and the 3-game series or 4-game series and get ready for the next series against the tough Los Angeles Dodgers. Okay, the final tally is in, and it was a laugher. In the 7th inning, the Nationals blew it wide open. Matt Adams hit his second home run of the game. They brought in Jake McGee to face him, lefty on lefty, and he greeted him with a big 3-run homer. And so the Nationals win it by the score of 11-0. Max Scherzer, the only question was would he pitch a complete game, but I cut him off after 8 innings. He had faced 27 batters. He was fatigued. With 11-0 lead, no use pushing it. Brought in Javi Guerra. Guerra, first batter he faced was Charlie Blackmon, gave up a triple, but then he struck out Story, Dahl, and Murphy to end the inning and end the ball game. And so the Nationals, with the victory, improved to 64-38. Final line score, 11 runs, 11 hits, no errors. Only 1 left for the Nationals. No runs, 3 hits, 1 error, and 4 left for the Rockies. The only runner left on base by Washington was Eaton in the 3rd. Everything else, they all scored. So, but now the competition picks up quite a bit. We got a 3-game series with the Dodgers coming up at Nats Park. Game 1, they'll have to face Hyun-Jin Ryu. Game 2, they got to face Clayton Kershaw. And Game 3, they got to face Walker Buehler. I'm going to record the Kershaw game, mainly because Matt Grace is going to get a spot start in that game. He's like an opener for Joe Ross. So it's going to be Kershaw against Grace, but Grace is going to max out at 2 innings at the most. That's what he pitched in the real game. And then Joe Ross is going to pick it up from there and see how far he can go. So we'll do the Ryu game offline, and then the Kershaw game will be the one full-length video on that. So the Nationals sweep the 4-game series actually from the Rockies, as they won the first game and then swept the doubleheader, and now in the finale, Scherzer wrapped it up. I believe Scherzer's getting ready to go back on the injured list for another 10 days coming up shortly, so that's why the Nationals are going to be kind of piecemealing their starting rotation. They will have Anibal Sanchez against Ryu in Game 1, but then, like I said, Matt Grace against Kershaw in Game 2. And I'm not even sure who the pitcher is in Game 3 against Buehler. It might be Fetty. Have to check it out and look it up and see. I don't have it in front of me. But anyway, that's it from here. Kept this to about a half hour, which was pretty good to wrap up all 3 games, and actually played out that first game of the doubleheader to its conclusion. But I thought it better to do it this way. Maybe it's something different, whether better is relative term, I guess, depending on how people look at it. rather than just recap it on my own at the start of the next video, thought I would do this, just kind of give a brief overview and highlights as to what has happened. Colorado will now be put away. I don't think the Nationals face them anymore. They've already played out in Colorado, so I think we're done with the Rockies, which is a good thing because they're a rough team to use. If you want, if you are a masochist, do a Rockies replay and see how well you do. See if you have any hair left at the end of the replay, because just playing them in these few games, especially their bullpen, their pitching is just awful. So kudos to their manager for sticking with them, sticking it out and surviving, I guess is the word for it. But the Dodgers now will come to Nationals Park, and this is where the rubber meets the road, because you've got the red hot Nationals taking on the first place Dodgers, and we're going to see, exactly separate the wheat from the chaff, so to speak. So the next game on the video will actually be game 104, and it'll be game 2 of the series. It'll be Kershaw against the opener, Matt Grace, and he'll be piggybacked by Joe Ross, who will go as far as he can after that. So that's going to do it from here. Till next time. And don't forget, I'm posting this on Thursday. Let's see, the 31st is Friday, so it'll be the 30th, I guess. July 30th is when I'm going to post this. But Saturday, July the 30th, no, it would be the 29th, wouldn't it? Because the 31st is Saturday. So yeah, I'm going to post this on the 29th, my bad. Today's the 28th. So I'm going to post this on the 29th on that Thursday, but on Saturday the 31st, it is the NBC Game of the Week on Stratomatic. North of the border, it'll be the Detroit Tigers taking on the Toronto Blue Jays. That'll be on Saturday on July 31st. And then probably on Monday, it'll be the video with Kershaw and the Nationals in game 104 of their season. So that's going to do it from here. Till next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play in the hobby, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.